Welcome to Rorschach Adventures. This is the part where I say some little bit about what we've done in the last episode. And, well, do we have a last episode thing?
No, we don't.
What have we done in the last episode? I don't know. I'll tell you in a second after the intro music.
On my enemy's face.
Hello, Sonia, my love.
Hey, where's that gold at?
What are we doing here, man?
Jesus, Jehoshaphat! Where did this fucking hat come from?
Come on, Conan. Let's go.
It feels good to be back.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Make surfboards with my bunyip.
Shall I play you a tune?
I don't even care about the gold anymore.
Ah, yes, that's exactly where we were. Welcome back, heroes of Ironton, the Boar Boys, and whatever else names you've come across since your inception. The last episode of Rorschach Adventures was a close one, as they always seem to be with this group, whether the DM intends it or not. You all had found yourself in the town of Alabast, where you have been wanted outlaws since attempting to throw the city's toll booth worker over the side of a bridge a few episodes ago, instead of paying his 8 copper to exit the town.
It's robbery!
Stumper took the opportunity of being in town to deliver a very creepy doll to the bed of Julian at behest of his daughter. Strange family. You snuck in and placed the doll on a bed, thinking that it was Julian's, right before you were found out. Quickly before they locked down the estate, you made way and escaped. Which was perfect because Namina was just on his way in to sneak in to set fire to Julian.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Did we lose him?
It's not me this time, right?
I'm still here.
Oh, there we go. So
All
you
right.
need to into light fire.
Yeah, he goes in to try to sneak in, but Sumper had already given warning to the guards, unknowing that Namina was sneaking in. Namina, though, was able to finally make his way in, locate the hidden library, which was full of papers, books, important documents, and candles. And after a series of rolls, was unable to burn it down.
I forgot about that. Like, burn down the paper-filled room.
Piles of papers and candles and just failed to burn it down. Then panicked and had to leave because
We'll never know why. The dramatic pause.
you guys aren't breaking up for me. But all right, anyway.
And he had to leave because why did he have to leave?
He was the only hope of the rest of his lost family. So, as the group reformed at Egbert's home, you all decided to jump into a tree and head back to Ironton, thanks to Sumper's specialty of tree teleportation. Sparkmaster. Oh, you did what? Oh, yeah. Xander's grandpa's taking a boat.
No, father.
Yep.
Maxim, yes. Sparkmaster, as you jumped into the portal, being the final one, you looked over your shoulder to take in the last of Alabast for a moment, just in time to see the creepy doll that Sumper had been toting around, lifeless in his pocket, now was sitting on the fence, waving goodbye to you. very full of life, it seems. As you jumped into the tree, each one of you hit the ground in the middle of a desert, looking up at some large mountains. If you recall, and this is where you left off, if you recall the tree that you jumped into and then were shooting to target was about a day's travel away from Ironton. There was no tree directly in Ironton. Let's say you go ahead and took way north to Ironton and encountered several sand slugs that were eating their way through a bunch of dwarves. Their screams brought your attention. Now, you were able to dispatch these sand slugs with ease, but sadly, you're unable to save any of the dwarves. But what I want to know is how you did it. So, Super, you guys all just went through amazing combats. You're finally getting to the end of the slugs. How do you dispose of the final slug?
I twiddle my fingers, and I do a little bit of this, and I say, "Ice knife!"
Classic move. And as the slug shatters into a million pieces, and you just see the smiling Soomper in the background. Sparkmaster, you have a new weapon recently, a few other things, and a lot of natural ones in your back pocket. How do you want to do this?
So Sparkmaster finds these slugs to be rather slow moving and somewhat uncharacteristic of him. He maybe flourishes his weapon with a couple more flips and a little more arrogance than he normally would. And after brandishing his sword, just with two hands, chops off the last slug's head.
Beautiful. I'm going to have you roll at 20, just for old time's sake. Wow.
All right, here we go. All right, let me bring up Sparkmaster here.
DC 2. Just a DC 2.
So I would just roll a d20.
Yep.
It's a 1.
If you get a 1.
Hey, it's a 10. It's a 10.
Hey, Sparkmaster!
All right. You all make the tiring journey up to Ironton, save 1d8 hit points. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me, Super and Sparkmaster. That's how many hit points you're going to lose. Battling slugs ain't no joke.
Oh, 8.
2.
Right on. Rolling low when it counts and high when it counts. Good.
Hey, maybe Sparkmaster's turning a new leaf here.
On your arrival, you've been granted immediate audience with the king. Xander's grandpa, father, or Maxim,
Allegedly, says Jumper.
has not made it into Ironton yet, but should be showing up in a ship at any moment. You walk into the king's chamber after led down the long hallway with the red carpet and blue banners.
Yes, very nice.
Hello, the heroes of Ironton. Come in. We have much to discuss.
Yeah, I guess so. What can we do here for, King?
Well, I was hoping to hear about your newfound knowledge and things you've been up to, but it looks like you're down a few companions. Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're just running around doing other heroic deeds for the kingdom. As you must understand, King, sometimes we must go separate ways so we could do the most good. And he was like, oh, yes, many bows, many bows. And he says that while he's doing the bows.
Sparkmaster, is this true?
Yes, my lord.
Oh, right.
The party
Good.
must sometimes split up, which I hear is good practice.
The best practice, I hear. This is good, because I have very interesting news for Xander. I'm excited to see when he shows up. When should I...
When should you expect him to arrive? I assume you're asking King?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But, like here and there, Xander, he's always running around. He's like, "Ooh, I'm a sexy man, bud. Who knows what I'm up to?" So we'll see. We'll let you know the minute he arrives.
He doesn't remember at all.
Yeah.
I don't. What's
Super. Super, my lord, I think Super may have been consuming some mushrooms. I regret to inform you that Xander is no longer with us
Oh my God!
in
That's
the
right.
mortal plane.
Allegedly, I might add, my lord.
We are. The party is very distraught over Xander's death, but he is no longer with us. He did not survive the trip to Alabast.
Oh, no. I hear there's much turmoil in Alabast these days, both politically and with their construction of the road. That's unfortunate. I have quite some news from the Magistrate of Magic about his loot that he left. Not sure entirely what to do with it now that he's no longer with us. We've got word of its supposed creator. He didn't research. We reached out to him since he was probably the one to gift it to Xander. We sent for him, but he hasn't been home for some time. We left message that he's welcome in Ironton whenever he wants. But we continue to look into his loot, and, well, I don't know how much you care about this, but the loot itself was not magical at all. Indeed, it was a string. Just the D string. It's some sort of a vessel for something else. But we will look into this. Do you have any ideas of what we should do with this? Does he have a will?
I mean, I don't think he has a will.
Oh, well, in that case,
Oh.
we'll just...
Do we know about his father? We do know that his father is coming on the boat. Is that right? I'm asking as like
you did know that I was coming that way.
We
you
do
didn't
know that-
But I don't
that-
think we're.
Right, you weren't under. You were supposed to not know.
We're
me
not
when I-
supposed to. No, yeah, we externally do not know. We're pretending we don't know.
Right. Oh,
We're-
that's right. It had to be a big secret.
We're
That's
not. We're not telling anybody to expect Xander's father.
right. No, like
Sure, what was a big secret?
But like I wouldn't mind having a loot. I've always wanted to pick up the loot if I could be so brash, my lord. Many bows, many bows.
Very brash
My lord,
indeed.
might I?
Expect nothing less. Sparkmaster, what
My lord, might I suggest perhaps not rushing into any decisions about the loot so quickly? Xander was very fond of serving you, as we all are, and I'm sure Xander would be honored for the loot to continue to be in your possession, and perhaps something will emerge that is a logical destination for the loot, perhaps when your research completes. I think Xander would want the loot to be in your possession for a little more.
Sure.
That honestly sounds more accurate than what I was proposing.
Little Super, I'm sure you would be quite the lootist. But I have been king for some time and try not to think too quickly. Is there anything that you all would like to ask? You finally made it back, looking, discovering what's happening at the center of the island. I know, I believe it was either Xander or Show has been messaging back with some information. But have you found anything else out?
Well, I believe we've already informed you about like how there's like that kind of factory of, I forgot, there are goblins or something under there, and they were building something, and there was the blue dragon, I believe we came across. Have we filled you in with that information?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Quite a bit of it. The blue dragon, though, and then he goes, "Oh, we have also gotten word from. Oh, by the way,
I think there was a blue dragon.
Pause real quick.
I don't remember Blue Dragon.
Game mechanic thing that'll be important this episode. And Eric, you weren't around for when we did this, but in this campaign, we have a game mechanic that if you're going around and you trigger a trap or something that is very time essence, I'll say the word click. And then you have like 2 seconds to say what your character does. Okay?
Pee the pants.
Maybe it's like drop on the floor. Exactly. Drop on the floor.
Pee my
your
pants.
Whatever it might be to give you, fire resistance or, peeing your pants, fire resistance. You have about 2 seconds to shout what you do. If you don't say it in time, your guy just doesn't do anything. And we'll see what the trap is because it's a game of incomplete knowledge. Okay.
So was there a trap just now? Was that a click?
No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But
I
wasn't
just might happen here in the future. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, and I don't want to sidetrack us too much. I thought when we were under the caves, didn't one of us come upon a room where there was like a big cage? It wasn't a cage, but it was like a chained. I think it was me that kind of came across it, and I wasn't sure exactly what I saw, and I thought it was emitting electricity, which makes me think that it was possibly a blue dragon, because blue dragons emit electricity. So that's not an inaccurate statement, at least from what I have seen, my character and stuff.
That is not inaccurate.
Right.
You specifically had seen it. I don't know how much of that you actually told anybody else. Sparkmaster, that was when they were down in the caverns. I think Shochu, Tatu, and Super were down. You were up top getting these horrible, horrible feelings about inside that cave.
So I do share that bit of information.
Yes. Yes. This is why I don't remember it.
Yes. And
so I just say that to the king is like, I think it was a blue dragon. I don't know. It's certainly something that didn't seem to be. It seemed like a big deal, I guess I got to say.
Yeah.
We have certainly uncovered what seems to be some very dark dealings all over the island.
That's for certain.
Dark dealings indeed. We've recruited a new potential mercenary to help out and assist. Welcome to our new Francois companion. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, enchanté.
What time of day is it?
You guys have been traveling, let's say it's 9 p.m.
Oh, bonsoir, mon fils.
I don't know what that means.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am Guy Le Pamplemousse, and I am ready for some adventure, if they say that correct. You
Yes,
gentlemen are well known, and I have heard many tales, but I don't know about the super fella. He bows too many times.
Hey, instead of taking that negatively, I'll take that as constructive criticism. And I think maybe you're right.
Well, maybe I challenge you to bow off, sir.
It's like, if you want to bow with the best.
Just then, the door flies open. Click.
I bow as low as possible.
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Super, like, yeah, like looks, and then, like,
Okay.
he bows too. Like, oh.
So the door flies open. In runs a stout dwarf. His armor chinking, much like Sparkmaster's does. And in the charade of this, Sparkmaster hits the floor as Super and your new French companion are both bowed over, and you both look up. Super looking out. The dwarf runs in and goes, "King! An emergency. I'm sorry for the interruption. There's been a ship out in the sea of ours that has gone down, up in smoke. We didn't think much of it, but something is happening underneath the ocean. It seems to be getting closer." The king goes, "Oh no. Heroes, I believe this must fall on you. Most of our army is out west. They sent news back, but we are under-enforced in Ironton. Quick, follow Commander Gimli. Godspeed."
Adventure is
Get on,
up there.
Commander.
Here we go, brothers.
He's like, all right, let's do it. But Super kind of looks at the guy and he's like a little like, it's like, this guy bowed way better than me. He's like his inner monologue there.
Come quickly. Okay, so you guys make your way down the hall. Unfinished business with the king, no doubt. Make your way into the city. 9 p.m. would be a horrible time for all of this to happen. But let's say it's a full moon. 9 p.m., full moon. Why the hell not? Okay, so you guys make your way. If you look at the map on Roll20.
Ooh, we gotta go to roll 20 now.
Ooh, yeah.
Forever.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I can link it to
I got it.
my friends here.
I got it.
Hoodoo. Hooty ho. Holy hoo. Hoody 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 ho.
Okay.
All right. Bring that sucker up and scroll over to the right to the Ironton map.
Eric, I have to say, I loved how when the door opened, you're like, I bow immediately. Like, whoa. Very French. The very top right, I'm sorry.
There we go. That's it. That's Ironton, baby.
Well,
Okay, so you all make your way. Making my way to this tower here. As you follow Gimli.
Let's see the open
Yeah.
shore.
That's right. Let's go extra large. You need some. There we go. Ooh, yeah. So that's a tower. Okay. So you go a spiral staircase into a tower that is overlooking one hell of a city with very, very tall walls. If you don't recall before, come up to the city, it's actually all on top of a cliff edge. The stairs along the walls actually get you into the city. The towers within the city extend way beyond the walls. There's a magician's tower, and then this tower, which seems to be a lookout tower for the entire city. You can see any village, any different areas of the town, except within
like
some.
It's like the lookout tower or whatever.
Yeah, except within some of the seedier alleys, right?
Right.
Looking out, he takes you to the top where you have this open sky view of all the land around you. Looking behind you, you can completely see all of the ground between you and that mountain to the south. Looking up, you can even see Mithril Peak, slightly glowing in the moonlight. Though there's some overcast off in the distance to the east, rolling up the shoreline. You then look back, and in the moonlight, you can see smoke on the horizon, way off, probably a half a mile, maybe, off the coast.
Like into the sea.
Into the sea.
Right. Yeah.
You see a number of other boats, some with what seems to be mirrors shimmering the moonlight back at you, maybe calling in distress.
More like
But otherwise, you don't see any disturbance until one boat catches your eye, starting to speed up. But instead of forward or backwards, it's flowing sideways at an increasing speed until it completely just tilts over. You see the whole ship just go over its mast, tear, and break, being pushed toward the shore. Now, all of this is taking place around this area over here. Gimli has taken you up and says, "No doubt something dark is approaching our city beaches. This is not a good time. I'm glad we have you 2.5 heroes of Ironton."
This is Gimli.
Yep.
You listen here.
There are several things we could do, and I'll leave this up to you since you are the heroes. Would you like to gather reinforcements from the caves that you ventured in before? Commander Tall has a good armament of men that have been defending us for those pale dwarves that have been coming up from the deep.
Just to be clear, this is a single ship.
The ship was coming sideways and then just toppled over and was destroyed from whatever is destroying it.
Right. Okay.
He begins to go on with your other options, but you also notice in the water, it seems that there's something rushing past where that ship was. And as the water becomes shallower and shallower, you notice 4 different figures growing in visible size. As well as one ship off in the distance that seems to be coming to port with incredible speed. He says you could decide to go gather reinforcements from the cave from Commander Tall. He said he would also volunteer to go try to recruit those reinforcements if you all wanted to stay at the tower and command what forces Ironton has. Or, if you think there's no time, you could make your way to the beach and use the time to prepare it for battle.
I think option 3 and have him go to recruit reinforcements. Is there anybody else here that is more knowledgeable of like the Ironton defenses aside from yourself, Gimli?
Well, I have a group of 10 men who can assist you. There are a few ballista amongst the galleons down there on that.
Can we send 3 of those 10 to go recruit the reinforcements? Have you stay in the tower and command the forces, because I feel like you have a much better understanding of the ins and outs. And then we will go to the beachfront. At least that is what I propose to the group.
I could say it's maybe a 25% chance that he's able to convince Commander Tall. I would be a better. That'd be probably a 90%, if not 100. I go way back with him. But the call is yours. It still would be a good use of our resources. I like what you're saying, Cooper.
What do you think? Or we could do another kind of iteration of that too, of course. That's just my idea.
Do we bring the 10 men with us to the beach?
That was an option, I believe, yeah.
Yes, I could leave them under your control. I have a lieutenant commander who can also keep watch over this tower and give orders to those guarding the different gates among the city. We can't bring everyone down, of course. And having a bird's eye view is good to make sure no one's sneaking around. But I will shut my mouth. You tell us what we should do.
Well, if you have sway with Commander Tall, perhaps that is your best move to go try to beg for, well, not beg, but ask for reinforcements.
Oh, I will beg. Our very town counts on it. If I go without a commander up here, the troops will be less effective for you.
I feel like we should leave 5 of the additional troops up in the tower. Even though we may be Ironton heroes, I feel like they have a better understanding of what like the defenses Ironton has. Take the other half with us to the beach, and then I think that Gimli should go try to recruit Commander Tall.
Agree,
Very
Simber.
well.
That makes sense.
Very
Sounds
well.
like a plan.
In that case, you 5 down there, quit moving to that gate. The heroes will need your assistance. I'll be down to, well, maybe you guys, would you like to give them a pep speech or should I? Oh, okay, I'll give them a pep speech. One moment. You 5, up here. You have been practicing to be commanders? Well, now you better prove yourself for your own wife and children's sake. And then they start.
And they start
doing?
They start going crazy.
They start going insane.
And they start as they pass you. They look incredibly nervous. One looks a little bit more stoic, but besides that, pretty nervous individuals.
And so, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
One of them, give me a perception check, you 3.
Ooh, this is a good one. I got 22 total.
Nice.
Wait, what kind of check am I doing?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. 15.
And
Does anybody else hear like a weird like clicking background noise?
That's Eric
What?
typing. Oh no, that's
I thought it was me, and I switched over to my headset in case there was some feedback from my speakers.
I think it's Sparkmaster because he's on mute now, and then when he goes unmute, I hear the tapping. I think that's you, Mark, just so you know. You have like
Mark,
I think
he's
he might
doing
be
work. How
I think
dare
he
you
might be doing work.
do work during
Actually, not.
dragons?
Oh, okay.
No, there are
Is it
people outside
Mila?
this conference room.
It's okay. It's not that. Sorry, I just wanted to see if we could.
Those are just the boots running up the metal stairs.
Constantly.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yes, this is a hectic thing. There are a lot of people moving around. You know, the city is going to be in an uproar. Super, as you pass, you do hear the guards talking about some gate. That there's only a single man working at some gate somewhere. Okay, and then they all make it down, as well as Commander Gimli. Gather around, troops. We will all go into battle. These are the heroes of Ironton. They will be your commander. I will try my best to get reinforcements for us. Those of you that will see tomorrow, you'll know this battle was fought with lust. Lust, not only for the crimson blood of those choosing to come to our beaches, unwelcome, but also for a chance to show that we are not on our back foot. Too many times recently, those scoundrels of Deep have picked at our scabs while we were sleeping. I say no more, for today, our very own heroes of Ironton bolster our batteries and our walls, and our spirits. To the good fortune brought to us by, and he looks behind, some of the heroes of Ironton.
The top heroes.
The top heroes, yes. To the good fortune brought to us by the top heroes, we surely will not die now. I must make way.
And Gimli takes off.
And Gimli takes off to the cave. Is there anything else you would like to add to bolster the very unsure 5 men you have with you?
Soldiers, I know times have been tough, but without you here, this town would be nothing. And I mean that. Without the protection of its soldiers and those that keep watch both day and night, it is because of you they can feel safe. Now, before we head out, and I'm speaking to the 5 that are coming with us, right? I heard some of you mention worry about a gate. There's only a single person guarding this gate. What's so important about this gate, and why is it make you nervous that only one person is guarding it?
Oh, well, I'm not too concerned. Gino's kind of a dumbass, but one of our newer soldiers, he's watching it, but it's not on the beach.
Well, why were you speaking of it before, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sorry. I just figured under the circumstances it was essential for the defense of the city.
Oh, yes, you must be talking about those other guards walking up. They're playing commander. They're just checking the bases, I guess. Oh, and then he kind of points off in a direction, and basically tells you it's this gate down here.
Okay.
That's the short of the story is one of their newer guards is on duty, and he's more or less just a scaredy cat. Young guy, no more than 15.
Well, if you ask me, you shouldn't be putting scaredy cats on guard duty on the perimeter of the city. I think that maybe one of you should go and investigate. Not the person that mentioned it, but somebody else.
Ah, okay. All right. So you have one additional individual bolstering the gate, which leaves you with 4 folks.
7 of us total. I think that should be more than enough.
Especially with 3 heroes of Ironton.
That's right. Yeah, well, 2 of them, and we'll see how this other guy turns out,
Oh,
and I throw a bow towards Guy's way. Like I bow to Guy.
challenge.
Wait, I'm waiting for guys
accepted.
about that.
And so
About.
Trooper kind of takes one step back, but like a subtle one, you know. But when he bows back, and I'm like, "All right, men, like lead the quickest way to the open shore."
All right. I'm not sure if there's an eraser. Oh well. Who needs an eraser? When
Yeah.
you've got
Go for the thing. Do Command Z. That might help. Oh,
aha. All right. You guys make it out there now with your 4 soldiers. I'll give you all a +4 to any one of your attacks that go on in this battle, as well as a +4 to all your damages. Because, my God, you're gonna need it.
Uh-oh.
You know, this was set up for a full party. Now, as you make it
Well,
out
we
to
got
the
4 soldiers with us.
as you make it out to the beach, you notice a number of docks and a number of ships. Just as the map kind of shows, there's a much longer dock sitting there with more of a war galleon sort of vessel on it. The distance up top, you can see, is about 100 feet for that red line. To give you a sense of distance while we're on this map here. What are you guys doing as you, how are you preparing the battlefield? What do you want to go about and do?
so it's the one ship that's coming in sideways. There's another one that's like blasting its way towards us, right?
Correct.
And
Also, as you're watching, the ocean itself is pretty have decently choppy with swell, but every once in a while there is something moving beneath the waves, and it lets water just tower up as you can see wood and pieces of other ships fly out from the bottom of this
oh shit, okay. So there's
underneath
been a lot of
the waves.
fighting offshore, it sounds like.
Yeah, and that gets closer and closer to you, and is actually in between where you are and the ship that's coming at a pretty good pace directly towards shore.
I mean, I have a few options to fucking shock and awe these motherfuckers the second that they land if I want to attack. And I'm like, all right, Heroes of Ironton meeting real quick, and I like bring in, I'm like, and I guess Guy could come in too. And so I'm like, hey, like, y'all think that like this might be Maxim coming in?
I think it is possible, Simper.
So like, I don't want to get everybody too hopped up, but I also don't want to be like too lackadaisical. Let's just spread these guys out a little bit, like to get our left and right flanks. I'm ready to fucking blast a fireball. I got other stuff that if there's somebody else listening in on what we're talking about, I don't want to give them any ideas of what I'm capable of. Let's just say.
Super, I'm sure Ice Knife is something they've seen before.
You son of a bitch. Don't mock me. All right. I got more than you know, okay?
It sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Let's just wait, and I'll talk to the troops. And I turn around. I'm like, all right, men. I need you to get our left and right flank. We're still not 100% certain that this is an offensive attack. This could possibly be a ship that is simply trying to escape from whatever fighting was happening offshore. And we don't want to pull the trigger too quickly. But if we are to pull the trigger, if anybody can blast an offensive attack towards that ship, be ready at my command, at our command.
Aye, we can man the ballista on the battle galleon, but then you must take three additional points off of your attacks, because we can't support you with that.
You know what? I didn't need your 3 points. Not trying to be rude.
Beautiful. We've got you. All right.
Cover us
cool.
with the ballista. Thanks, boys.
They move over there and start manning the ballista and loading it up. You notice it takes one full person to kind of move or 2 people to move the ammo into the ballista, 2 people to crank, as one preparing it, looking at the dark figures on the water as they kind of approach. Just then, you hear in your mind beautiful adventure music. Dun, 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 dun. And as that ship is flying toward you, you notice on the mast of the ship, sitting there with his hands held back, other hand in front, is Maxim, making his way into the battlefield from behind these underwater monstrosities. Maxim, welcome to the game. Describe how you look in more detail.
And Supa's like, it's Maxim!
So,
We don't
as
know
the-
Maxim.
Mon Dieu.
So as he's riding in on the ship, he's I guess surveying what is going on around him, and they're beelining for the shore, correct?
Yes, both you and these monstrosities seem to be going at a similar pace, though you're catching up on them.
All right, so I'm in
It seems like there's multiple of them. So from where you are, roughly about 4 of them. The other thing you notice is a very familiar sail. Back when you were coming in, that first ship that was smoking was a ship familiar to you, and that of Cecil and Siddle.
And I am very relieved that ship is burning and going down. So, as they're in pursuit of these beasts, he's at the front of the ship, looking out, directing the captain as to which direction they are at, and to go. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff with him because he's just a dude, but he does have a presence of telling where things are at and directing the captain where to go.
Okay. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, and we'll come back to you here shortly. All right, super. Sparkmaster. Guy. Go ahead and place yourself somewhere on the
It's an 18.
there,
Okay, where?
so I can get a good sense. Let's go ahead and say, here's kind of the battleground.
That's a huge battleground.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Really
bro.
big
like-
battleground.
wait, so where are we, though? Like on the open shores, like amongst those docks kind of a thing?
Yeah, wherever you want to be in that box, really. You had the jump on this, so they're coming in
Right.
this direction. They might hit the galleon that's over there and just pick it off.
I'm
before
not
they
sure what
even-
a galleon is, by the way. Is that at the
It's-
most?
A big boat.
It's a ship.
It's
Oh,
a ship.
Sorry.
It's
where the
tall-
ship's landing is my concern.
So this is the big war galleon with the ballista.
I see. So they landed on that. Okay.
So
How
it's
big-
already there, and then that's what those 3 men went to go do. You could potentially climb up these mountains and go on this beach over here if you wanted to, for whatever reason, or you could hide and move boxes and things around the dock and kind of make some security on the beach. Or these are water creatures. Maybe you don't want to be near the water. Up to you.
Run away.
And I'm assuming this is
I would-
further than 120 feet away. Yes. Like
What is?
if we're going between just the open
Yeah.
shores and or
Yeah.
if we're-
So to get let's see. This about 5 feet is about 100. So
oh, I see. Right. Sorry.
Yeah. so if you have things that can shoot, if you have ranged weapons, you could hit from this dock over here. But otherwise, your spell distance that's over 100 feet from the shore to the galleon.
That galleon's an enemy galleon, just to be clear.
The galleon is your Ironton galleon.
R1,
and
right,
3 individuals to go man the ballistic.
right. So we can't move the galleon at this point. But they can arm the.
Yeah, I'll allow you guys to move it closer if you'd like. You guys had some time to prepare, so
I would say. And where is Maxim landing, and where are the enemies landing?
so
I guess we wouldn't know that at this point, though. Right?
no. If you're moving the ship, tell me where. Then I'll write those guys in.
Right after we move the ship.
Yeah.
Move the ship in more into that bay in the open shores.
At the top, the northern part. Is that what you mean, Eric?
No, well,
Oh, the open shores. Excuse me.
yeah, the open shores.
You
Like,
should be able to use your mouse if you wanted to hold.
yeah,
your
kind
mouse.
of right where that ping is.
Oh.
Whoever
So he's
pinged
saying
that.
in here.
Yeah, I'm saying in that.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense because then we can isolate them at the northernmost parts. I think that's a good call.
It's also a good fallback.
Right. That makes sense to me. And then we could kind of
And I
have.
feel like
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I feel like I don't want to be on the dock itself for us.
Yeah.
Very exposed.
And the dock may get destroyed.
Right. Cutting us off from going wherever we need to eventually go.
Yeah. So maybe we want to be on the beach due south of the galleon.
Yeah, because we could always cut them off because of all that mountainous region. Yes, 100% agree with all of that. So basically, force them off the open shores, push them onto that little hamlet or whatever you'd call that to the north, and then we could engage with them there. And that way we can also muster reinforcement. Yes, I think that's the way to go.
All right, go ahead and ping where you want to be.
Ping. Ping, ping,
And just hold
ping.
your mouse on the spot.
I was thinking kind of like almost like right here-ish. Does the galleon have like the range is all the open shore essentially from that position? Is that correct?
It could shoot 120 feet without disadvantage, or 480 feet with disadvantage.
Got you. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking like just basically outside of the galleon's range. The disadvantage range is my call. Just outside the disadvantage range.
Yeah. Let's see where they come in.
That's 100. So disadvantage range would probably be here. So it can shoot all of this area. All right. So you're going here?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yep.
Beautiful. Let's give you this guy. Show to not visible. What? Show to everyone. Oh, that's a. How about this guy?
Yeah, what is that?
Skeleton.
Yeah, that's you guys. There, take that. Aha.
Okay.
This is where you are. All right, beautiful. As you see Maxim and these guys coming up, turns out there are. Oh God, that's
Dragon.
Let's put one creature here, or will be there in a few seconds. And then let's go ahead and say ship's coming up behind. Oh yeah, look at that guy. The ship's coming right up behind that creature. All right. Before we get started, you have your ballista man. It has been shooting at this creature with disadvantage. Give me a 1d8 there, Mitch. Mitch?
1d8.
You're on mute, Mitch.
Sorry, 4. No plus or minus.
No plus or
Right.
minus. No. Yes. Beautiful. Let's say each of you guys roll d20s plus 10. Roll 2 of them each of you.
D20 plus 10.
Disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh,
Each
so
one, yeah.
roll
So
at disadvantage.
Yeah, let's start with Maxim. Maxim, roll a disadvantage attack for the ballista with plus 10.
Do what? So you said roll 2.
Roll 2, take the lower one, and then add 10.
So roll for disadvantage.
18.
And then add 10.
15. Beautiful. They shoot the ballista as they're kind of cranking, judging the wind. Boom! Shoots into the water, and you think that they're going to miss, except the ballista bullet sticks out of the water and starts to raise as this monstrosity of a creature in front of Xander's boat with a slimy-looking skin. Water surges around him as he goes back down. Mitchell, you go ahead and do the same.
So I rolled, and it's a plus 10 to the disadvantaged number.
Yep.
12.
Okay. In a similar place, the water strikes north, or strikes into the air. It doesn't seem to make purchase. Spark Master.
18.
Beautiful. It actually hits. Nah, I can't make it somehow hit Xander's ship and then still hit it. So, oh yeah, I can. Fuck yeah. Xander's ship's cruising in, and as he's in the front, you see suddenly a surge of water coming up toward the boat, and the ballista. One of the dwarves hits the other guy, says, you hit the ship, and it bings off. And then as a head comes in to bite Xander's ship, right through the cheek of it, as it hits the...
It's the what?
It's the
What does it hit? What does it hit?
Guy, go ahead and roll disadvantage and then plus 10.
disadvantage. Was a 12.
All right. And just as it sails over the end of that dock, the end of the dock just gets swallowed into the ocean. It wasn't the ballista shot that did it. All right, Xander,
Is there any way that we could tell what did do it? If it was like tentacles?
give me a perception check.
Yeah. Okay. 12 again.
You're how far into the water are you guys, or how far onto the beach are you?
I mean, we're pretty much, I guess, within that same location. We haven't really ran
Well,
anywhere.
we never really decided. So the beach is about 100 feet long.
Oh, do we not?
wide.
Sorry, I thought that one thing was where we decided on.
Well, the beach is about 100 feet wide. So how close would you like to be?
I thought we were
Maybe
thinking
half,
about-
maybe 50.
Okay.
I don't know if we
Cool.
should be right on the shore.
Oh, that's
Yes.
inaccurate, though. Yeah,
Yeah, every 5 feet is 100 feet.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are about 50 feet in.
Yeah.
Enough that's on a dune that you guys are able to peer forward. And as you're trying to figure out what it is, you notice 2 or 3 snake things just kind of slowly creeping up onto the beach.
I just start like being like, "It's a kraken! It's a kraken!" That's what Soompa sounds like. Whether it's true or not, that's what Soompa is jumping to the conclusion of.
They seem to be sitting somewhere in the kind of the shore, and then suddenly one of the other jocks just buckles and starts to go under.
I knew we shouldn't be on that dock.
Yeah, good call.
I'm sorry. So whose turn is it again right now?
If you guys want to do anything, let me know. Xander's traveling through this.
So, can I see? I follow back the quote unquote snakes into the water. Does there seem to be a mass under the water that I can kind of see? If that makes sense. You know, like a shadow, or you know what I mean?
You see one over there, and as you're starting to focus, try to make out, it kind of goes away. It doesn't have form, but then your eye catches one that you're sure is real, and then another you're sure is real, and then another. You can try to shoot at them at disadvantage.
And like when you say I see multiple of them, like how far apart are these different masses, if you would?
Probably about 50 feet. It seems like some are bunched together, but then you're not really sure if it's just your mind in the night and your low perception, if they're real at all.
So I will center this around the mass that seems to be directly connected with the 2 quote-unquote snakes coming out of the water. And I say, "You motherfuckers want to see something crazy?" And then I cast Call Lightning, which has a range of 120 feet, where I want that center of, and it's a radius of 60-foot radius. So 120-foot diameter. That's no joke. And so I'll place that right in the middle of where I think to be the center, considering the 2 quote-unquote snakes coming out of the water. And I fucking just blast the fucking lightning shit out of it. It is a concentration too, I will add for the DM. Up to 10 minutes, though. So
Oh, right on.
So 120 feet for the center of the radius where I...
All right, what do they have to do?
Each creature within 5 feet of the point of the lightning strike. So I'm trying to do the lightning strike right at that point I described, basically right where I want the center of the radius to be. They do a dexterity saving throw of 15, dex 15.
Okay, roll me a.
And then they do damage or half the damage.
Roll me a d4.
D4.
Yes, please.
3.
All right, roll damage for me.
All right, 3d10, which is 12 damage.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Xander, as you're cruising in, what was your survival check?
Ooh, wait, stormy
18.
conditions? Would this be considered stormy conditions?
Prior to your lightning strike?
During the lightning strike.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I actually get another d10 for stormy conditions. So another 3, so 15 total.
Okay.
Another D10. But
Right on. I might take that. We'll count that, but I might take that away because you're using moonlight to see this whole thing, so it can't be too stormy. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
That
Xander,
actually
what's your survival roll?
18.
18. Beautiful. As you guys are cruising, as you're cruising, Xander, that one monster got shot off from your boat. You know exactly what this creature is. You move through, a lightning strike hits right in front of you as the captain orders to move the sail to the right. Where would you like to go dock? You could roll another survival check to go straight up onto the beach, or you could go over to that, I guess it's a destroyed dock now, without having to roll anything extra.
Like here?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, you can go there without rolling anything extra, or one more survival check to land on the beach.
Yeah, I think we'll do another survival.
All right,
We'll try
smash it away, sir.
10.
All right, Super, as you launch the lightning strike, you see Xander maneuver around one of these things that for sure is a creature. Not the
Xander
creature
or
you-
Maxim?
It looks like Maxim.
All right.
All right. As the ship moves around, your lightning strike hits, and you're thinking, "Oh, Xander's going to make it." And suddenly, the whole ship he's on stops, and Xander goes flying overboard into the water. Xander, you're about 200 feet off the coast.
Okay.
About now hitting the water. Your boat floating next to you seems to have lost its steam. The wind beginning to pick into the sails again. Let's roll initiative.
Let's do it.
Well, let's do it.
18.
All right, we got Super with an 18.
No, I got an 8. Maxim's got an 18.
All right,
I got a 3.
love it.
Yes, 7.
Love it. Oh, that's great. Maxim being overboard. Really bad when all the monsters have a higher initiative than all you guys.
I know, I was going to say, like,
Yep.
All right. Roll me a stealth with disadvantage, Maxim, versus their perception skill.
Eight.
All right. As you're swimming on the water, kind of splashing, begin to move next to the ship, you feel a bubble underneath. And then a few bubbles in front of you, in between you and the ship. As you're swimming as fast as you can to get to that ship, your heart begins to race. Suddenly you're underwater. Something has bitten onto your foot, and searing pain travels up your leg. Go ahead and take 10 points of damage.
What did it roll to hit?
25.
Okay, that hits.
sometimes you're like, yeah, it's going to hit.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and how much did you say?
10 points of damage.
Gotcha.
And as you start swimming for the surface, you notice it still has a hold of you. You're underwater. The rest of you on the shore, I might as well go ahead and just take you over to this map, because the beach. Can you guys see anything?
Well, I've got to back up.
Black.
Nope, can't see anything.
Reveal.
Black.
Reset permanent darkness. Global darkness. I don't want that.
Permanent darkness.
I don't want any darkness.
When the world ended.
Nonetheless, you are on a dark map, and that's what it is. He goes underwater as the rest of you are preparing your armaments. A somewhat familiar-looking creature erupts out of the water.
Spark Master again. That's how we met Spark Master. So.
Yeah. You notice one begin to move up to the shore, just thrashing at boats and docks, tearing it to pieces. Little to any attention goes toward the party on the beach. Yeah, I'll leave it there. All right, Maxim, you are grappled and underwater. You can look up. You see the moonlight just above your head, but you're definitely underwater. You want the air. You know you can only last so long under here. Looking down, a mouth of a creature with a very long neck has a hold of your foot. You can see its silhouette barely beneath the darkness of the ocean floor beneath you. What is it that you do?
I will. Am I completely underwater or kind of going under and up?
Completely. You have maybe you're a foot underwater, but completely underwater.
I will use my strength to kick back to the surface so that I can cast the spell.
All right.
Well,
you can use
okay, but let me ask you: if the spell says verbal and somatic, does it have to be both, or is it one or the other?
both.
Okay, and I need to kick up to the surface.
All right. You begin to try to push, and it's got you. You can take your action to try to break the grapple. Go roll me a strength check if you like. DC 16.
In that case,
TikTok.
well, verbal sucks, man. Hold on. I mean, being a caster, I would know what is verbal and what is not. However, I am really not. So I don't remember.
Super's,
Okay, I'm gonna have to kick up to the surface and try.
okay. Roll me a strength check here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kick it in the nose, and it's 17.
Right on. You're getting ready to get to the surface, and you're just hoping a wave kind of dips enough for you to get your mouth out so you can get the spell off. And instead, your foot pierces something squishy, and it lets go. You erupt onto the surface of the water, but that is your action. If your spell is a bonus action, you can fire away. Otherwise, you have movement.
Okay, it's a bonus action.
Beautiful. Fire away, sir.
Misty Step.
Tell us what they see.
He hits the surface and casts Misty Step upon himself and will travel Towards the beach.
All right, beautiful. You're 150 feet away.
Well, how far is he from the ship itself?
You're about 10 feet from the ship.
All right, then he would misty step to the back on the ship.
All right, great. You're on the ship, and it's beginning to make way toward the shore once again. So let's say, that whole ordeal, you make it about, you're 120 feet off the shore. The rest of you folks, there's a creature making waste to the docks and the boats in front of you. Mitch. Mitchell.
I know. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that's within the range of my thunderstorm?
Just the creature.
The same one?
Yeah. You don't know. A creature.
Right. The same general area. Is it in the same general area?
Yeah.
I will strike it again. So DC 15 to pass. Or DC 15, excuse me. That doesn't give you enough.
Rolls a 15. What is it? A dex save?
I think it's a dex here. 1 second. Let me call it
Yep, he passes.
Yeah. Oh, he passes. Okay, so he takes half of what I do. Is it still stormy conditions or no?
No.
Okay. So he does. This is already better than what I had. 17 divided by 2 since he passed, so it'd be 8 or 7.
All right.
No.
Give you
8 or 9. 8 or 9, excuse me.
I will give you 9 then.
All right.
All right. And then you can see him frantically run back into the water. His head turns around just as his body goes under, looking at you all.
Wait,
Now,
what? Wait. If he ran
Oh
away,
yeah, I guess it's not his turn yet, huh?
I was
All right.
attacking the creature with the 2 fucking snakes coming up out of the water. That's what I was trying to attack, not like a human running out of the water.
No, he's not a human. Yeah, he's a creature, but he has a head. You struck him with lightning.
Okay, fine. I struck him with lightning.
Yeah, I mean it's a giant monstrosity.
Oh, okay. I misheard. It sounded like it was like a humanoid that
No.
Okay, excuse me. No, sorry. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, Guy, it is your turn.
Well, how far away is this creature?
About 50 feet from you.
50 feet. That does not do. Well,
Yep.
go ahead.
No, go for it.
Only thing I can think of is prepare for the fight, so I'll draw my musket because I've got a range of 40.
Ooh. Well, if you move 10 feet, you can shoot the sucker.
I have to be in the water then, don't I?
Nope. He's on the edge. You guys are 50 feet up the beach.
Okay.
You'd move 40 feet from the edge of the water.
All right. One last thing. Let me check. So, I believe as a special ability, I think. Yeah, this character also gets an extra attack as a special.
Beautiful.
So, I will move that 10 feet closer with my musket drawn. And what is a grit point?
No idea, but you can't use them right now. You can look at that when it's not your turn.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
like a homebrew.
Sounds good. Oh, that's probably what it. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
probably
that.
use it for different abilities.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I will aim the musket and take a shot.
Fire away.
What do I roll to see if I hit?
D20, and then if you have it on roll 20, you should just be able to click the attack.
D&D Beyond.
Right.
Yep. 12.
12. Super, you've never seen a gun before. Holy bonkers.
Like,
Fires.
what
the
the heck?
water. And then
This guy
next
bows with the
roll,
best. That's what Simpa says. This guy bows with the best.
And then within your party, you hear a thump. And Sparkmaster is just keeled over on the ground. Your strike has missed. Purchase on the creature. Do you have another attack? You
I'm not going to use it.
All right. The creature moves back into the water quite a bit, where his head is now above the water, looking at you both and Sparkmaster, sitting there, and seems to be getting a little bit nourished. Two
Sorry,
snakes.
The creature is getting nourished,
It seems to be so.
and it seems to be getting its nourishment from Sparkmaster being passed out in the water with him. Is that right?
You don't know, and Sparkmaster is right next to you on the beach.
He's not in the water, though.
He is not.
Okay.
Two snakes on the other side of this dock where he is, that were just kind of sitting there limp, are not connected to this creature, so it seems. Shoot out at one at Sparkmaster, and fall about 10 feet in front of them. The other at you, Guy. Roll me a dex save. Super, as you're watching, this lunges at him. You can tell these are not snakes, but arms.
Dex save 16.
Beautiful.
Say arms. Like, what do you mean, I guess?
Snake-like tentacly arms, except instead of tentacles, they have teethy mouths on the end of them.
They have what at the end of them?
Teethy mouths.
It's not an octopus. It's a squid. Which is actually a difference between a squid and octopus tentacles. I don't know if that applies here, but that is a true fact.
Guy, you jump out of the way. How do you want to dodge this?
Talking to the air guy, sorry.
I believe me.
Oh.
Well, let's see. They come at me. I go, oh mon dieu! And I do a quick barrel roll backwards. And while doing that, I reload my musket.
Beautiful. Maxim, your ship makes way to the beach on the left side here, if you would like, or stay in the water. I'll leave that one up. I'll leave that up to you. What do you want your boat to do?
Still going straight towards the beach.
Beautiful. The boat begins to make its way. This can be a boat. Yeah, that can be a boat. That, once I zoom into it, can be a boat. That is now a boat. Yes.
And where am I?
You are now in about a foot of water as you jump off of your watercraft. Super is here. Sparkmaster is here. Guy is here.
The one creature right there.
And Maxim is here.
Yes.
Okay.
And so how far am I from them and that creature?
100 feet.
That seems an awful far ways away.
And this creature is being a real son of a bitch.
I will take off running towards where Super is. So I make my movement straight across. So it's at 35 feet. 30, is that right there? 30 feet is my movement.
All right.
Unless you want to sprint.
Well, I still want to try to do something. Now, how far away am I?
No, I'm back up there. You're about 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
So with 60 feet away, is it in the water or out of the water?
Half in with his head out.
Yeah.
Half in. That's good. Okay, so below the surface of the water, where I'm guessing, the bottom of it is, I'm going to cast Shatter.
Ooh. Okay.
So kind of like a depth charge, if you want to think of it that way.
Boom.
At third level.
Ooh. What do I have to roll?
That is a con 16.
You got a con 14.
And he is going to take 23 damage.
Hot diggity damn.
That's no joke damage.
You see its head flop back and forth. Two big arms kind of pull out of the water as he begins to get ready to make a very fast movement.
And that's what I got. That's
Jumper, it's on you. Guy, you're on deck. This creature ain't looking so hot.
I am going to cast. I'm going to cast a 4th level Ice Knife. So this,
I hope it gets him.
this is a +7. Come on, 17 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and then it does 1d10 of piercing damage. 5. And then it explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex saving throw, which is 15.
Fails.
So it takes 2d6 of cold damage, but I feel like since it's bigger than just like a 5x5 monster, like I was aiming for its head, let's just say, right? Does that mean that each one of these is included as like a monster? So it's like 3 times or no?
I'll give you 1 extra.
Okay. So 3d6 cold damage. Is that fair then? Versus 2d6 is what it says?
No.
Okay. 2d6, so 1. Great start. 4, 5 total, and then 8 total. More damage.
Beautiful. Eat more.
Yeah, I feel like Ice Knife might not be the hotsiest, totsiest sense of maneuver to make.
Most of his body's underwater, so he does get some insulation. So what can you say?
Yeah, but like it freezes it a little bit, right? It slows it down maybe to help prevent it from escaping.
Oh, did I freeze? Okay, getting ready to jump. Guy, you just seen this thing get battered by a lot of different fucking spells. He's still sitting in about 5 feet to 15 feet of water.
Oh. Well, we might as well give her another blast. So, are those rocks in front of my character, by the way? Kind of like a... Yeah, all right. So I'm going to kind of not necessarily go prone, but lay my musket down to get a better aim. And...
Go ahead and shoot with advantage.
shoot with advantage.
So roll the hit twice and then the better number.
Yep. And that's a d20, right?
Yes.
You should just be able to roll attack.
Basically, whenever a DM says like roll for whatever, it's a d20. I feel like at least Mike does this. I feel like I do this too. Is like they'll specify if it's another dice outside of it.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. With advantage, I got a 19 to hit.
Roll damage.
Roll for some damage with that musket. Oh, that's great. 0.
How do you roll 0?
0? Like I didn't even know you could do that.
I don't know. That's what D&D Beyond.
I feel like that's incorrect.
D12 minus 1.
And you roll the 1.
And I rolled a
roll
1.
it. All right. You get a +1. You get a +1 for having your guard with you. So you do 2, or you do 1 damage.
You got it.
I also
And
get
roll
a.
for the, oh yeah.
I get a bonus action of attacking again, which I will do.
Yes, you should do that.
So we'll roll for advantage again. All right, 18 to hit.
Hits.
Which I assume hits. Damage is... Alright, we got 11 that time. So... Oh, ha, ha! Wee!
But that's 2 ammo too that you
Yep, I am down to 7 now.
All right, you're the monster. There's this sharp, sonic, screeching noise as he slowly melts into the water. His body's still there. And you're thinking you got this guy. And then to the left side, right in front of Xander, comes a more monstrous creature of the same type. Those two tentacle arms lasso over the dock, just tearing it to pieces, and are connected to this creature as he stands up, really angry. One launches at you, Xander. The other launching at Guy. Roll a dex save for me. DC 11.
You mean Maxim, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
both of us?
Yeah. Maxim.
Dex save.
26.
Do we all need to roll for that? I'm sorry.
Nope. He's not going to use his third one.
Oh, foreshadowing.
I got a
Yes.
7.
What was that?
7.
26.
7. As you shoot and you're looking at the other creature, this huge explosion happens, and one of those arms that was kind of on your right side, as you look left at this creature, one of the arms you think is just swinging back to him, but it grabs a hold of your leg and bites on, not doing any damage, but you're not able to shake it free.
Sorry, whose leg?
Mine.
Okay.
Yeah, Guy. And then the creature goes up and a similar head to the one that had you, Maxim. Very familiar head with an eye that seems to be bleeding a little bit. Goes ahead and tries to bite at you. with a 20 to hit.
This on me?
Yep.
Oh, that'll hit.
All right. He goes ahead and bites on your around your torso, sinking his teeth in. Does 6 points of damage. He has you grappled, though not by the flesh, by your garments that are now soaked with salt water. Yeah. It's the other creature now that the one that sank into the water. Comes charging out in front, out of the water, directly at you, Guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it gives.
Pronounced G, but hey.
He goes with a bite and 2 claws. He gets 12 on his bite, a 13 on his claw, and a natural 20 on his other claw.
Got 18 armor.
All right. 2d6 plus 5. Motherfucker. So you dodge the bite, you dodge the other claw, and you try to jump out of the way, but the little mouth that has you stuck in place kind of fall, just claws sear through your hip. No, not this. 3 plus 5, 8, 16 points of damage.
Much.
Maxim, it's now your turn.
All right, so he's got hold of my my clothes pretty much. So I'm held that way.
Yep. You are looking at a monstrosity of a creature that you definitely remember from an island or from a marsh you were on.
From a what?
From the marsh you were in. Super, you also can remember this from the marsh that you were out trying to hunt these certain scrag-like creatures in order to make... you baited them in the marsh at order of the king to get their skin or blood for a potion of some sort, I believe.
I vaguely remember what you are talking about.
I'm going
What
to cast,
was over here?
cast Chatter on this one as well.
Okay.
So same thing.
Its head is right next to you, so...
But yeah, but I'm going underneath it.
Okay.
So same kind of thing. More of a push it up and do damage. So yeah, I'm not really going so much for its head, but it's got the underwater effect going on. So it's a con 16.
9 plus... fails.
And that is 26 damage.
Damn! Nice. Boom. All of the water itself shatters. In the boat, you can see just begin to tilt over, and the dock begins to fall underwater.
And does it open its mouth any?
Yep, it does. It gets loose. Let's say you get advantage on the try to ungrapple it.
All right.
So the big creature that is biting him, am I picking that correctly? Loosened its grip. Is that correct?
Correct.
So Sumpa is like, hey, I know what's going on, you motherfucker. is what he says. And then you cast tidal wave on the creature to push it back into the ocean.
Ooh.
Hame, hey, you motherfucker, what he says.
Waterbender.
And a Kamehameha is actually what a Saiyan.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
But your motions were waterbending.
So it's a dex save.
Okay. How does that look?
Of 15.
How does this look?
Oh, okay. So
Look on the battlefield. He fails.
So okay, yeah. So like his head's out of the water and his chest is just becoming out of the water, and I obviously want to get like lower center mass, if you would, to push him back. So it almost would be like a bit of a tidal wave situation. Like,
Where's the tidal wave coming from?
right.
Explain how this looks to me looking at the monster on
Right.
the beach, on the sand.
So this is the
Very
point
original.
where I want it to be like hit him, basically like right on, like below the shoulders to push him back. But I recognize there's not a whole lot of water, so it almost like the water shrinks back, but then it like rushes up and then causes a great wave to pull him back at the crux of its shoulders. To pull it back, and
Okay, got
I don't really care so much. I mean, I definitely want to push it back as far as I can, but right now, I just more than anything, because I know, like assuming however far I push it back, it's going to be able to swim back. So I just want to discombobulate it, just like
Perfect.
fuck him up, like
I
right
got
now.
you.
Yeah. And
All right,
so-
Maxim, as you're sitting there in its teeth,
Yeah.
in knee-high water, suddenly the water starts rushing away from you, and your feet are on dry land. You can see the sand just barely rippling. As you look up, there's a huge tidal wave coming from behind it. Its back begins to lift up onto the tidal wave as it kind of topples up. Its teeth are still grappling you.
What? Whoa! Oh my god!
Give me a strength check with advantage. As it's
Sorry, Mike. We just heard that it's
Strength check with advantage. That's what I heard.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's grappling him as it's getting lifted up into an enormous wave.
Got a 13.
13. I guess he has to. Oh, no, it's a 16, I believe. Yeah, escape these. So you get to go up into the wave as well as it lifts it up. There's nothing but sand underneath, and boom! Tidal wave smashes you both into the ground. It does lose grip on you afterwards, though. How much
Okay.
damage? Super?
Success then. You could just. Why explain all that when you just could have said it was a great success?
Great success.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
How much damage does it take, Super?
Oh god. So and it failed, right?
It failed.
So 4d8, which would be 2, 7, 12, 16 total.
All right, 16 total. That's nice work. Give a dex save there, Maxim, sir. What was it? It had to beat for tidal wave.
I just rolled a 19.
Beautiful. You go ahead and take
Take
half. Of that. So, and then you get pushed up onto the beach as well.
Alrighty.
Yep. Over onto the rocks. All right, guy.
Woohoo. I assume the smaller monster is still alive. Correct.
Smaller monster still alive in front of you with your
Yep.
blood on its claws. Now standing
Wham!
in front of you.
But I'm no longer attached to the big guy.
You are definitely attached. Oh, you get yanked.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think.
he got yanked. You're over here now.
Okay.
As his whole body, his arms kind of pulled back out of a reaction.
But am I still attached?
You are.
Okay.
Oh, I guess, here, roll a strength check against his. He gets a 18.
Ooh, so that was an athletics check.
That's fine. That works.
All right. I got a 15.
All right, yep, you're still attached. And
Ah.
in deeper water than you were before.
And I'm out of reach. I'm going to attack the tentacle limb with my rapier that is attached to me.
Beautiful.
Strength. Keep me. Strength check is a 10.
It has an armor class of 16, so you just roll an attack with your rapier. And
Okay.
you beat 16, roll damage.
So rapier to hit 21
Beautiful.
and damage 12.
Nice. Nice work. As you strike at it, you completely sever its arm. Black goop begins to, as it pulls back. The thing that had you is now severed from its arm, laying next to you. The tentacle thing flailing wildly above this creature. You are no longer grappled.
Awesome. All right. At this point, I will, as the French say, run away a little bit. I want to go like southeast and get farther away from the big one, but kind of in line with the smaller one, but farther down the coast. Yeah, or away from the water.
That's 25 feet. You can go probably a full 30, I imagine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
And then I also get a extra attack because I attacked, or is my movement also count as?
Nope. You can get
Okay.
attack, bonus action, and a movement.
All right. Well, then my rapier is in one arm, my musket's in the other, and I got a pretty decent range here. I think I can hit the small guy. I'm going to try to
Fire away.
blast him in the face. All right, musket to hit. 6. I assume 6 doesn't hit.
It does not.
All right.
That would have been really good to put him down. Because now, his turn. He sees you. Again, startles him for a moment. He just runs up onto the shore. Fight. Oh, he's angry. He's going to come in and bite at you for 24 to hit. Claw for a natural 1, and then strikes another claw right at you, Super. As you're looking at him, still exhilarated with your ice knife, the claw comes right at you and then just stops and then falls to the ground right in front of your nose as he misses you and cuts into himself for some weird reason. The bite is going to go ahead and do 10 damage to you, guy, and grapples you. The 2 claws onto the ground do nothing as he starts to pierce himself with his own claws, feet in front of each other, and kind of collapses barely breathing. This other creature, he's gonna about do the exact same thing. He's gonna come up here. One of his
My thing didn't do nothing to him. My tidal wave.
it did something, yeah.
Just not what you
Healed
intended.
him.
I mean, it did a lot of damage, knocked him on his ass. He has half movement speed, but he's angry now.
All right. Fair enough. No, yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, so he starts to move toward his other friend, if you will. He takes 2 claw attacks at you, Xander, or Maxim. We have a 22 and a 18.
Yep.
Whose turn is it?
It's about to be Maxim's if he doesn't die here.
Okay. Because Super has something to say.
We do 12
Let's see if I can use my
and
speakers.
9. We do 12 and 9 damage as his claws hit you. His
So 21.
his other arm that seems he's got reach. His head's just gonna go ahead and open its mouth super wide as it comes down to toward you guy and Super. As you can see, his mouth come down and falls short, and instead his teeth in this round sucker-like mouth open up and begin to just swallow his friend. His teeth just wrap around his friend's body and begins to suck him into it.
Swallow who exactly? I'm sorry?
Swallows this smaller creature in front of him.
Oh, the bigger one swallows the smaller one.
Yep.
All right.
He begins to swallow him. So this is, you can see just his mouth opens up and there's just a long tube of teeth that just fold around the other creature and begin just pulling him into its gullet.
Just to be clear, too, is the smaller one grappling or holding anybody else?
Yeah, it's got Guy.
It's got Guy, right? Okay. Yeah. I thought so. I just wanted to be clear.
It's going,
At least it only has Guy.
he's got the creature. The creature's got Guy. Who's got Guy? Who are you gonna grab?
As Guy gets sucked into everything, I bow at him. No, I'm just kidding.
I bow back and get sucked in.
Oh no, this random guy might die.
All right, Maxim, it is your turn.
All right, so he just hit me twice, and he is focused. His head is focused on this other creature 20 feet away, right?
Yep. And he's got one grappling arm kind of floating up, one with a severed arm, so it's just a tentacle, and then.
Then how did he get 2 claw attacks on me?
Yeah, he has 2 claws as well.
So he attacked me twice with the same arm?
No, 2 claws. He's got tentacle things that are in his arms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is if he's eating something over here, then I should be able to disengage without him swiping it.
I'll allow it.
Good. All right, so I'm going to take off back up the beach a good 30 feet.
All right. Right
And
there with the rocks. Nice work.
cast Shatter again. This time on the head where he's eating.
Beautiful. Fire away.
It would be a con 16 save.
He succeeds with 24.
Was that a save or a fail?
Yeah, he succeeds with a 24. Mitch, you're on deck.
And that'll be 12.
All right. You can see his eyes start to go cross-eyed. And it's about now you notice there's eyes that actually live all the way down its entire body. And they all go cross-eyed. Mitch.
So I say, ow, ouch. My elbow on something. I say to the group, this isn't a battle. It's a contest. Let the larger creature eat the smaller one. But we must save our comrade. And I fucking throw a 4th level goddamn ice knife. All right. So +7 to hit. It's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
And it does 1d10, or excuse me. And it takes 1d10 damage. Yeah, so I do the 1d10 right now of damage. 2 damage. And then 2d6 of damage plus for every level, so it's going to be a 4d6 of damage. So a 2 plus 5, 7, plus 6, 13, 6, 19, plus 2, 21 total of damage against the fucking tentacle or whatever the thing is that's holding Guy. And I also yelled out, like, don't it, like, let the large one be. Let it essentially fucking eat the little one.
Got it.
It's rough to see, but that's nature, boys, is what I say.
And your ice knife, since they were both together, the damage also goes over to the big one as well. The little one's just the thing that was the head grappled onto Guy just shatters itself as the whole body kind of begins to splinter. The big one is half consuming this creature and then gets shards of ice that exploded off the other creature into its face, but then just continues to like undulate just and begin and continues eating that. You are free, Guy.
Freedom! Oh, we! It is time not to be so close to these animals.
Democracy!
Democracy, freedom, liberty.
All right, it's your turn.
I will, let's see. I'm going to move behind Sumper for protection.
Smart move.
And you can also, like, prepare yourself. Like,
Yeah.
take a defensive position.
Yeah.
If you don't want to attack, I mean.
There's no rocks there. Can I? No, that's the same. Yeah, I will go prone and arm and aim my musket and be prepared for any tentacles or things that might come at me or Sumper.
Beautiful. All right. It is now the monster's turn. Continuing to wrap his mouth around. His arm goes directly toward you, Super. Roll me a dex save of 11. You can manage it.
Ooh, I think so. 12. I rolled a 10 plus
Nice.
2.
How do you dodge it?
So, like, the tentacles coming at me, and I noticed that Guy is right behind me. So, like, the last second, I'm able to roll to the left and kind of, like, just do, like, a very just, like, very subtle blow to kind of just knock the tentacle to my right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It hits the sand, and sand goes up right next to you. You're like, wow, that was close. Maxim, it is your turn.
All right.
He's almost
So, I am going to take this turn and cast Cure Wounds on myself
beautiful.
because I'm just greedy that way. And I'm going to heal myself for 18.
Wow. Nice work. Mitch, back to you after deflecting this shot.
So I want to play basically a. I'm going to cast Plant Growth in front of me. So 3rd level spell. I'm going to do it where we're not caught in the plant growth, but it's basically like, like between us and the monster. And I understand that I want the plant growth to protect us while also enabling this sea monster. Like, it's easy for the sea monster to escape. I'm not trying to catch the sea monster, if that makes sense. I'm trying to push it away, more or less.
Got it. The plants start to grow against this side and kind of cloaks you behind it as the plants are trying to push this ginormous creature away. It's not moving fast. But
And that's fine.
To nudge it into the water.
Right. Yeah, I'm not panicking when I see it's not like we're on the same page.
Yeah. As it finishes its meal, it starts to look a little nourished. You got it. Super, you got anything else you want to do? You can move.
No, I'm good where I'm at.
All right, Guy.
All right.
You now have a bunch of plants in between you and the creature.
That is unfortunate, I have to say.
All grass type plants, so bullets might go through them.
I suppose it's worth a shot, huh? I'm just looking really quick. Do I have anything else I can do? Yeah. All right. In my prone position, I think I will, I'm steering very carefully, and we will try to take the shot. So,
Roll for an attack.
musket shot is 7 to hit.
You did hit the woodier part of one of the vines, and it ricocheted off into the air, and then you see a splash off in the water.
It's a good thing I get a second shot. I now only have 4 bullets left, but I will try to shoot again. $18 to hit.
Hits.
And the bullet whizzes just through the wood and hits for 10 damage.
Xander, as you're looking, you see you can get a good side peripheral of this. The plants, the bullet goes through it, and all of a sudden you just see red just shoot out the back of the creature's head. 10 points of damage. Not looking too happy at all. He's gonna go ahead and look over at. I can't see through the damn plants. Huh? What does he do? He's just gonna go begin to retreat back into the water. The plants are a bit confusing for him. Xander, you can see him begin to get slightly more nourished. As he looks over to you, one of the arms shoots out to you. Roll me a dex save of 11.
What's his reach?
45 feet.
Dex save of 11, huh?
Oh, right on. 45 feet.
10.
You are got. Does no damage. But you are got as he retreats back into the water. It is your turn now, Sir Maxim.
Okay. For his last one here, he's going to roll with what works the best, and he's going to cast Shatter on it at 2nd level. And just right over the head, because that's what he sees.
Beautiful.
It's a con 16.
Rolls a 19.
So it's 5 damage.
All right.
Is it my turn?
His legs buckle underneath him as he starts to collapse. Mitch, it is now almost your turn. 1 second. Now, Mitch, it is now your turn as you see this creature almost buckle underneath it. Looking back at Xander, you notice an arrow coming from behind.
And it caught Xander. Xander is getting pulled in. Is that correct?
I don't know. The arrow comes from somewhere.
Xander's getting pulled in, and you see an arrow hit the ground in the sand next to Xander. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. A bell starts ringing from up on top of the cliff, and you can see a very young guard and a person that you sent to go back him up are now ringing an alarm on the gate on the cliffs above you.
Super yells, "Tally ho!" Well, it's those people. Super doesn't really understand what's happening. And I speak for myself as well when Super speaks. So what Super does is he casts on not just the growth like around, but also on Maxim himself, spike growth. So essentially, like spikes and stuff start growing on him. So within a 20-foot radius, it's 150-foot range, so I can reach him at that point. But then within a 20-foot radius, send it on a point, which would be Maxim, twists and sprouts, hard spikes and thorns. And so whenever this is a difficult terrain, when it moves within the area, so every 5 feet is how I interpret that. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Gee.
So I do cast that on Maxim since he's being dragged into the maw of this monstrosity.
Okay.
And it is a concentration, so like the lightning stuff before that is dropped.
Sounds good. The area is now covered with thorns and things that Maxim is being dragged through?
No, just on the tentacles and what is dragging him into the maw.
Okay, good. If the creature does make it through and continues to drag him through that, Maxim will take damage there. But
right, but it is within his so to your point, it is not in the area, it is like on the tentacles and whatnot. So I guess it is a risk and reward.
Got it.
I do. It is on the tentacles. So yeah, like the tentacles can like bring him in, but the tentacles are going to be taking just as much damage.
Got it. All right, got it.
Considering it's like a wider surface area and all that Yeah.
And I'll say this gets even bigger and more magnificent since you've done plant growth. We could say even the spikes and things have begin to grow around this creature as well. The normal spike growth has a certain area. Let's say it's double that and triple the thickness of thorns. We'll let you double the damage on that too. Guy.
4 piercing damage. So, do I get to roll that or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Thinking Mitchell, I was going to run up and stab it.
You still can.
Well, I don't want to do that. I'm hurt. All right, change of plans. Let's see.
But a few real quick. Be right back.
Well, I still got a few bullets left. I think that's my best action here. So, oh, this is perfect. Okay. All right. I got just enough ammunition. So, still in my position. It wouldn't help me to get any closer, would it? If I were to shoot at it?
No, you're good. You can shoot there.
All right. We're just going to stay in the same position. Nice and prone. And with the musket. For a 5 to hit.
Those spike growths are a real bitch.
All right. It's a good thing I get another shot. Here we go. Come on. Nice. 17 to hit.
Hit.
Hits for... It also has piercing damage. I don't know if that matters, but 6 damage.
Beautiful. 6 damage. You can hear the of its body taking in the bullet. The loud shriel that you heard the smaller creature make before, it begins to squeal really loud. And pulling back, Xander, the tentacle that has grabbed you, goes taut, and you start to get dragged. And just as you are over this rock, you're holding on the best you can. The tentacle gets shredded by the vines and the thorns around it and completely severs into a puff of blood, red and black goop in the air. It's pulling back, and you can just hear it breaking itself across the thorns all over the bottom of the ocean and the place around it. It begins to completely crumble like a piece of cheese on a cheese grater, but much bloodier. Maybe an orange on a cheese grater. Super. How do you want to do this?
Is it dead yet? I could attack it one more time.
Your shot scared it enough that it pulled back. The noise from your shot scared it enough. It pulled back, and this is its end on Super's
All right.
Super.
So, just to be clear, the small one is more or less being pulled into the maw of the bigger one. Is that
It
correct?
is consumed.
It is consumed, and is the bigger one? It seems like it's retreating back into the waters.
The big one will die as soon as you give me how it's dead.
Super sees how weak the creature is, and he understands how hardworking and, I shouldn't say desperate, but just uncertain the rest of the troops of Ironton are that have faithfully followed the heroes of Ironton in the battle for him. So he runs up into the water, into the surf, going, and then he casts Ice Knife. Hopefully blowing up the creature. He's also casting, I should say, at. Does he have the 3rd level? Oh god, he doesn't have a 3rd level. He has a 4th level. 4th level. Ice Knife he casts at this creature.
The creature, in combination of thorns pulling its flesh off, hanging on the tops of the plants, you can see pieces of its flesh dripping on the left, pieces of its flesh dripping on the right. As it looks up with not much of a face left, Ice Knife shoots right into its open gullet. The inside of the thing just... The creature gets bigger and then sinks in as the insides of it shatter from the inside and flattens itself onto the water like a shredded pancake. It
And
is now dead.
did Maxim make it alive?
Maxim did. As he tried to pull him in, the tentacle severed and exploded into a bloody mist.
And Sumba like looks back at like everybody else, like and all like the soldier stuff, and he's like, "Hell yeah!"
Looking back up the cliff now, you notice the Ironton walls and the gate to the left. A bell was ringing. The gate alarm was able to be sounded thanks to you sending an extra person. So not only were they able to hold off anyone coming in for some time, they were also able to sound the alarm. You notice the gate did get busted in though. And as in between the walls and the cliff is a small path where a bunch of frog-like creatures with tridents and nets and shields were walking along. Just
Frog-like
as
creatures walking along the shoreline. I'm sorry, with
frog-like
nets and
creatures.
stuff?
So imagine you looking up at Ironton, the walls of Ironton,
Right.
that are probably about 50 feet above you.
Okay.
There's a small path in between the wall and the cliff.
Okay. Yeah.
And 5 frog-like creatures are walking through with nets, tridents, a shield, and we can go back to the other one if you want to look at something. But shield, and then they're in a precarious situation since they're between a wall and a cliff. You hear arms at the end of the path that would lead them into Ironton as 2 guards step up with their shields, creating a wall. On top of that wall, other guards look down at them. And then the gates that they broke through then begin to shut as best as they can for a broken gate.
And I'm sorry. Us as characters, we have not seen frog-like creatures.
Yes, we have.
So at the beginning of the battle.
When I first joined you, it was our first battle. It was over on the coast,
Oh,
and
like
you actually turned
like
into
cave
a
and all
shark.
that shit, right? Like the cave and all that stuff.
That's when you turned into a shark. Remember that? And they were pulling the bear in.
Yeah. Okay. Sumpa's like having like moments.
A hell of a campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
Holt, we have you captured. Heroes, are you okay down there?
Your hero.
So, yeah, like we're all right.
You see Commander Gimli come up and says, "Well, looks like we showed up late to the party, but these guys will answer for something."
All I gotta say, Gimli, is Commander Tall better be there when we need him next time.
All right, wrapping up the battle. They bring these creatures in captive and into the king. having to soak them down every once in a while just to kind of keep them alive. I'll skip over dialogue because I'm not entirely sure the best way to do the accent. But what Commander Gimli and his troops were able to discern, these creatures were not actually related to the creatures you fought on the beach at all. They were not sure where they came from and have never seen anything like that in the sea, especially around this area. But they took the turmoil of seeing boats sinking to send a party around to try to infiltrate Ironton. They were upset about what the dwarves have been doing underwater, and came to steal weaponry made by the dwarves.
I'm sorry, what the dwarves were doing underwater? Did I hear that correctly?
Correct.
Okay.
And they came in to steal weapons that were running short because their mines underwater were being exploited by these pale dwarves. The king made concessions with them, revealing that those are not these dwarves.
The king that we just spoke with, the king.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I'm
King Yrmar.
Yeah.
That they were not the pale dwarves, and in fact, the pale dwarves are enemies of theirs as well, and have been trying to come up. They said that they would let them go if they could give them information. The king said they'd let the frogmen go in exchange for information on these pale dwarves. Since they did no one harm, and were taking the opportunity, but in dire times, any little bit of information will help. There is what he learned is that the pale dwarves in the caverns that Commander Tall was defending, they found an ancient relic of two stones that, when they meet together with any force, create such an explosion that could launch the peak of a mountain out from this world.
I think we know which mountain, boys. Sorry, but that's
Because as they discovered this, there was a cave in. There was a cave in the mines, in where they discovered it. And the party that has this now in their possession is severed from the rest of the pale dwarves. The pale dwarves themselves, the main group of them from wherever they're coming from, are traveling in these long tunnels and have started to mine to save their stranded individuals with this relic. But they advise the king that if they make their way down there and find them first, not only will they be able to surprise and outnumber these dwarves with the relic, but also might be gifted with an entrance to the center of the mountain when the dwarves finally uncover the cave. Now, this leaves a few options for you all for the next episode of Rorschach Adventure. The king said he's tired of watching all this happen. Final string of Ironton. And with your permission, would like to come with you and have his final days of life in battle, saving the country or the city he loves.
That's what the king wants?
That's what the king wants.
He was just telling me. He's like, oh, I can't make rash decisions, Sumba. But I'll go into fucking crazy combat with you.
Yeah.
I say nay to option one, says Sumpa.
It'll make more sense once I give you all the dialogue.
All right.
Let him come. We can take his lead.
The
So
king
you,
comes, like, Super and Guy just start, like, bowing, like, oh.
As the king's telling you this, as he's kind of plotting how to go into the caverns, you also get interrupted once again with news from Alabast.
Guy, you haven't been to Alabasta, but I got to tell you, there's a lot going on over there that we'll fill you in with later.
King! News just in. Directly from Alabast. Julian is dead.
Okay, continue.
Oh no, not Julian.
How did this happen? He ran out to the center of the courtyard, crazed in his eyes, babbling and mumbling. Looked out, giving what seemed like a speech, but without sensible words, grown into a sanity, and then slit his throat. His own throat, all over the courtyard floor. What? Yes, that happened just 8 hours ago. But that's not all. Give me a moment. Heroes, did you know anything about this? You just came from Alabasta, did you not? Where did I freeze?
So you did not freeze.
Ah.
I'm speaking to fucking fancy pants guy right now.
What else do you hear in Alabast? It's the dragon turtles, sir.
Wait,
Yes.
can Super hear any of this?
Yeah, you're there.
Super's like, wait, excuse me.
Yes, Super, O hero of Iron.
Excuse me. Yes. Many bows, many bows. Well, Julian ran up into the middle of like a congregation of people. Cut his own fucking face off? I mean, he cut his neck off. Okay, he slit his own throat. That's what he did? Is that what you were telling me?
Yes, as much as it shakes me. He's
Where is the body? Where is the body?
It's still in Alabasta. We just got word from somebody
Okay.
live through message.
Okay, understood.
Trustworthy source, but I have not seen a body.
And like, I can't blame you. I mean, this is the news to bring, and I am happy that you did. It is. I'm not questioning your message. Maxim, I know you just is Maxim's here. Maxim's here.
Yes.
Maxim, like, I know you just got here, but this guy Julian, he has been putting up like a whole fucking kerfuffle. Guy, I understand that you are brand new too. It is bizarre to receive this news right now. And I am saying that we do have the ability to go right back to Alabast if we need to. At the very minimum, we have to get a better understanding of this event and like what happened.
Clearly, this is something important, and I'd like to teleport with trees.
And what say you, Maxim? Because I agree with Guy. Like, we got to figure out what's going on there. But Maxim, like, you're brand new to the island. Clearly, you're an important person. Like, what say you?
Well, I'm really just here looking for my son. So,
And your son being?
Cawthon Evermore.
Can Super recall anything about Coffin Livermore?
I've never heard of a
You may
Never.
he has a
Yeah.
stage name. His stage name it's silly and stupid, but he started calling himself Xander Redinax. It was a play on words. It's spelled the same way, frontwards and backwards. It's
Wait,
I knew
You're
a stupid guy
Xander.
named Xander. But sorry, what were you saying, sir?
you are Xander's father?
yes. I'm Maxim Evermore. I've been searching for my son. His mother passed away about a year ago, and he's my last relative.
You should get out of here. That guy's an idiot.
I haven't seen him in quite a while.
All right.
Do you know where he is?
Well, I'm sorry. You please. I'd rather you share the news.
You have found the place of your son, for sure. He was one of the most stoic heroes of Ironton. These all, there's only one of them here now. These heroes, I'll pretend they're all here.
Yeah, they would be like,
His
or a
friend.
few of them would be, but yeah.
These are all your son's closest friends.
Well, where is he now?
He's looking at you, Super.
Super, like the whole time, like when he's looking at him, like,
Super, you.
murdered. He's murdered.
My son's dead.
It's true. And I'm not trying to be cold or flippant about it, but there's no better way, frankly, to put it.
Was there?
Maxim, I will make a burial for him and a memorial, no doubt, in the coming days. It would mean a lot if you could attend.
It would. And I have to say that he was instrumental in many of the heroics that the heroes of Ironton have gone through.
It's at this time that Conan comes up to you and starts licking you, Maxim.
Oh, and who might we have here?
Well, that actually used to be one of his closest companions.
Oh, aren't you a good dog?
He is. And I have to say, I understand we're under sensitive circumstances, but any dog is a good dog.
Well, is there anything else of his that I should be aware of?
In fact, Maxim, it's a funny coincidence there is. Are you much of a fan of the instruments?
His mother taught him to him, but yes, I knew how to play as well.
He gave us an instrument of magic that our minister of magic is looking into. We found quite a bit of peculiar enchantments on such an instrument, and he wants to do a lot more research and reach out to other compatriots around the world to figure things out, but I would not mind putting a halt to the research and turn it over to you if you wish to have it. I too have 3 sons. Not all the best of sons, but all alive, and I could not imagine what it would be like to lose one of them.
If it was special to my son, I would like to have it back.
It will be done immediately. I will have it secured this evening and be able to hand it to you in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And Sumpa sees Guy give a bow, and he like looks at him, and he like quickly bows as well. But like it's like visibly clear that like Sumpa is like a half beat behind Guy's bow.
The guy who brought the news about Julian is looking nervous. That's my deepest apologies. I never met Xander, but he's one of the heroes. We owe our lives to them. But sir, that's not all. There's more news of Alabast. More. Quit biting your tongue. Spill it. About 8 hours ago, the dragon turtle made landfall just north of Alabast and is pushing through the woods. What? Yes. I don't entirely know, but our sources are secure. You know our intel in Alabast, and it's pushed through a dwarven camp to the north of Alabast and seems to be heading toward the center of the island.
Wait, let's be clear. What is heading towards the center of the island?
The turtle dragon.
Okay. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. And like super like walks off like, okay, like, yeah, that's cool, like whatever. Like when he's clearly freaking out.
The king just says, "What the fuck is happening to this land?" And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Wow.